Hi, this is Shreyas. This is going to be showing my prototype, a wireframe prototype using Google Slides for Computer Science 6750, human-computer interaction. So this is kind of how the iOS Messenger looks like. My proposal would be to add a plus button over here. I kind of highlighted it with a red box just for visibility. That wouldn't be in the actual functionality of it. But if you click the button here, you can now start adding multiple people. The reason I did this was because this way I can add more people without having to create a new group chat. I think this is like a faster way to add and remove people of this utility. In this example, I went ahead and typed in a name, for example, my name, and the import contact would be from Facebook. So this is another design alternative that this prototype contains, and it's the ability to kind of look up people on different platforms and create a group chat with all of them combined, even though people aren't on the same platform, kind of virtualizing the messenger a little bit. But for example, I type in my name and I press the add button, and that will kind of add my name to the recipients to be saved to the chat in general. And you can keep kind of looking up names and keep adding people and then saving it when you're done or canceling it when you're done. So for example, if I want to type in a number, and I click on this box over here and I type in a number, and let's just say I'm blocked, or this recipient does not want to be a part of this utility because they want their number to be private and they don't want to be kind of added to these random chats. So it's turned red so that you can't really add them. But then let's just say you type in a number where the recipient has kind of enabled this feature and chooses to opt in to this. Then it shows up green because that means you can add them. So moving on, you kind of hit save, creates a group chat, and then if you hit the name or just a group chat picture, currently in Messenger it'll open up your settings. So if I click it over here, it should open up kind of like a settings option. So what I'm proposing is like the customization of the chat boxes as well. So this way they can kind of customize their little text screen the way they wanted to for increased aesthetic purposes, for increased readability, visibility preferences. You want certain chats to be highlighted, or you want to be festive and create an event for Halloween, for example, and you want like a pumpkin background or something. So this is what this screen kind of enables you to be able to do. Each user, you can set their chat color, notification sound, so you know who is messaging you when. And the chat color will kind of help you determine who sent the chat, instead of having to read the name constantly. And then you can also set the chat background if you want to. So for example, if I was to click on the chat color over here, just a box, it should open up like a palette of colors. And then you click on a color you want, you can click for the chat color for that user as well, and then as you can see, it'll kind of show the colors you've selected. Something is, when you go through all of this and you kind of just want to reset everything back to how it was, this button that I created kind of helps you go back and kind of just reset everything to the way it was, so that you can go back to your original chat because maybe you didn't like the new features, or maybe you just want to start over and try a new scheme. So hitting reset should just clear all the choices once again. Chat background is the background of the chat group chat, for example. So if I click on it, these options show up. You should be able to import a file into it. For example, in this case, I click on this image and then I hit save, and this should show up in the chat box as a background. And so that is kind of the prototype I have built. It, in my opinion, helps increase communication among individuals. It helps people kind of get festive and add multiple people without having to go through multiple forms of communication. And it also just helps people use the chat more in more ways. So